Decoded, the first signal book Chapter 1. The static rain had a way of making the city look honest. During the day, everything pretended. The tall buildings pretended they weren't falling apart behind their polished glass. The people walking the sidewalks pretended they weren't exhausted. The advertisements hanging above the streets pretended happiness could be purchased with a swipe of a card. But at night, when the rain washed the streets clean, the truth showed itself. Cracks in the concrete, flickering lights, empty streets, people who had nowhere else to go. Decoded always preferred the city at night. Maybe because it matched how he felt. Like something unfinished. Like something everyone else had already given up on. The clock on the wall blinked 3:17 a.m. He stared at the number for a few seconds before looking back at his computer screen. A project file sat open. Untitled Track 47, he hated that name. 47 unfinished songs. 47 ideas that started with excitement and ended with doubt. 100 different melodies trapped inside a folder that nobody would ever hear. He leaned back in his chair and rubbed his eyes. The room around him was a perfect reflection of his mind. Cables twisted across the floor like black vines. Empty energy drink cans sat beside notebooks filled with half-written lyrics. Speakers covered his desk, surrounded by old hard drives labeled with dates, names, and ideas. To someone else, it looked like a mess. To him, it was evidence. Evidence that he was still trying. The music industry had a funny way of making people feel invisible. Everyone wanted the finished product. Nobody cared about the thousands of hours spent creating it. Nobody saw the nights spent staring at a blank screen. Nobody saw the moments where he almost deleted everything. They only saw the final song. If they ever heard it. Decoded looked at the track on his screen. A dark piano melody played quietly through his headphones. Then the drums came in, slow, heavy, almost like a heartbeat. Something about the song felt different. He couldn't explain it. Every once in a while, a song came along that didn't feel like something he created. It felt like something he found. Like it had been waiting somewhere, hidden beneath all the noise until he discovered it. He removed his headphones. The room became silent. Too silent. He looked around, nothing. Just rain hitting the window. Just the hum of his computer. Just another night.
You're overthinking again,
he muttered. He turned back to the screen. The song needed a name. Every song needed an identity. A reason to exist. He typed, signal. He stared at the word. A strange feeling moved through him, not fear. Not excitement. Something in between. He almost changed it, almost. But then he clicked save. The next morning, nobody cared. And that was normal. Decoded uploaded the song like he always did. No announcement. No big marketing campaign. No expectations. Just another song released into the endless ocean of music. The numbers appeared, 23 plays. Then 41 plays. Then 89 plays. He smiled slightly. Not because it was viral. It wasn't. But because 89 people had stopped whatever they were doing and listened to something he created. 89 people who had their own lives, their own problems, their own stories. For a few minutes, they shared the same moment. That was the part about music he loved. The connection. The fact that a stranger somewhere could feel something because of a sound created in a room they would never see. He closed the analytics page. He didn't notice the comment that appeared 30 seconds later. He didn't notice the username. Signal Seeker 001. I remember this song. 3 days passed. Nothing happened. At least nothing that Decoded noticed. The song continued, collecting a few views here and there. A handful of likes. A few comments. The usual. Then something strange happened. Someone messaged him. Not a compliment. Not a request. A question. Where did you find this? Decoded frowned. He looked at the message. He typed back, I made it. The response came almost immediately. No. You recorded it. That's different. He stared at the screen. For a moment, he thought it was a joke. Maybe someone trying to get attention. He typed, what are you talking about? The person didn't respond. Minutes passed. Then hours. Eventually, the account disappeared. Deleted, gone. Decoded told himself it didn't matter. People online were strange. That was nothing new. But later that night, while working on another song, something bothered him. He opened the project file for Signal. He didn't remember adding the sound. A faint whisper buried underneath the music. Almost impossible to hear. He increased the volume. Static filled the speakers, then a voice.
Don't release the next one.
His blood went cold. Because it wasn't a random voice. It sounded like him, older. Different but him. Don't release the next one. The audio stopped. Decoded sat completely still. The rain outside continued falling. The city continued moving. But for the first time in years, he felt like something was moving with him. Something he couldn't see. Something that had been waiting. Decoded's journal entry 001.
I don't know why I'm writing this. Maybe because writing things down makes them feel less impossible. Maybe because part of me is afraid I'll wake up tomorrow and convince myself none of this happened. The truth is, I don't know what to think. A stranger heard something in my song that I didn't understand. Then I found a recording that shouldn't have existed. I want to believe there's an explanation. There has to be. Computers glitch, people mess with others online. My brain is probably just tired. I spent years creating music alone in this room. Maybe I'm finally starting to hear things because I've been staring at this screen for too long. But there's one thing I can't explain. When I heard that voice, I didn't feel scared. I felt like I recognized it. And that scares me more than anything. Because if that really was me, the question isn't who made the recording. The question is, how long has it been waiting for me?